Good afternoon, nerds. It is Monday, September the 16th. It is 2 p.m. and Richard III opens in 3 days. There is so much to do. So, I will be gracing you today with a little bit of footage from last week, remixed and reshuffled, because I need to show you more of my procrastination videos. Enjoy. Number 4. Lower your standards. That's right. Lower them right down. This sounds strange, but one of the reasons for procrastination sometimes is we expect perfection of ourselves. We can envision the end product so clearly, and we can't picture how to get there. And so in between envisioning the end product and where we're having to start, it's really impossible to think about what it is that I should be doing right now, and it's much, much easier to just not do it, because you know that the end product isn't going to live up to what you think it ought to be. Lowering your standards lets you get started. And getting started is what's going to let you get something that's actually worthwhile. Remember, the more time you have to work on something, the more likely it is that when last-minute things come up, you're actually going to be able to deal with them in a satisfactory way rather than saying, oh, well. So, lowering your standards can actually improve the quality of something. This leads on to the next thing. Be willing to do it badly. Let me give you a context here. So, when I wrote essays for college, I'm a good writer, but I would all the time get hooked up on stuff like, that's not the way I want this to sound, or no, this paragraph isn't coming out exactly right. And I get really focused on that rather than doing what I meant to do, which was just kind of cruise through a first draft and try and write everything down and then clean it up later. So being willing to do it badly lets you make it so that the perfect doesn't end up being the enemy of the good enough. For example, when I was writing those papers, I would often get stuck on a paragraph, and then my way of breaking out of it, I would write it in a way that I knew I could never, ever turn in. I'd fill it with swears. I'd go on and on and on in one run-on sentence that I knew would be unacceptable. I'd mention things that never, ever happened in the context of the essay. For example, I once wrote that in Great Expectations, the hero was George Washington, and because he came and he expected so much of everyone, they got stuff done. Related to all of this, the 80-20 rule. Have you heard of it? It is 80% of a job is usually completed by 20% of the work. The other 20% of the job is completed with the other 80% of the work. So the trick to getting things done quickly and in a reasonably good manner is to set yourself up so that you can do that 80% and figure out what's the 80% that's most important and just get that done. Say, good enough for now. And then if you want to come back and do that other 20%, fiddle with it and fiddle with it and fiddle with it and make it perfect, if you have time, you can do that. But you can also get it to good enough and be done. Plan to do less. When you make yourself a super long to-do list, it can be super overwhelming. One of the tricks to getting started on a list of things to do is to make a stubby to-do list that is only 5 items long. 5 items, and it cannot be any longer than that. Write it in really large print with like a black Sharpie or something on a post-it. Look at it, you say, it's 5 things, I can do that. And it doesn't matter how complex or simple they are. One of them could be like, go to the bank. And once you arrive at the bank and you do what you're doing there, it's done. One of them could be clean off the desktop. That's fine. One of them could be term paper. That's a longer one. Maybe you should only have 3 on that list. Number 5. Get yourself some accountability. This numbering system, by the way, includes 4.5 and 4.75. That's why we're only on 5. Get yourself some accountability. Make a big promise to someone important or several someones. Behold, that's what I did with this room. I told you I was going to get it done by today, and then I did, because I didn't want to mess that up, because I knew Nate would never let me live it down. Thanks, Nate. And for numbers 6 through 27, you're just going to have to wait. And remember, waiting makes it taste better. Because I have to leave for Richard III pretty soon, and I'm going to go put this up. You guys have a good week, and enjoy yourself, nerds. Nate, I will see you at Richard III sometime soon. Rob, I will not probably see you at Richard III, but you should come anyway and bring all of you an age. Dates on the website, on the Facebook website of the Rude Mechanicals. That's all. Have a good week.